So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Herbert back to the air. And it's caught. Touchdown. Michael Pittman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Colts will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at the 20. Now Lance going to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And some space here. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there on the catch and run. 56 yards for the defense. The problem wasn't so much that they let him catch that drag route. It's that they had nobody around him after the catch.
As you well know, when they make the catch, you have to make the tackle on the spot. Those yards after catch are the yards that kill a defense because it keeps drives alive.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The Niners at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Albert O, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A big play there for Indy. 52 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. just get rid of it.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Herbert now. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
The credit on that one defensively goes to Embry Thomas. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. He's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Lance. Dancing to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
Watch out now. Big Fury. Strike.
3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole end enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kid who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah,
absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Ambry Thomas. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. Here's Lance. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. An extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Here's Herbert. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, Lance. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Lance to throw it. He's going to try and go deep again. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there. 30 yards. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the lead is up to 18 now. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Back to Taylor on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Well, backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off by Caleb Farley. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Striker, 3-3, switch, yellow. White. Jackrabbit. You, yellow.
And Lance now to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here's Rodgers on the return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here we go.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hurry.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. But pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Taylor, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. But whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half. Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out. Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Lance. And a quick throw here that's complete. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Garibay on to attempt the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Herbert on first down now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon. Herbert throwing again. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Right, 97. Black Ultra. Steal, check steal. Set.
Play action, now it's Lance.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
No one zooming past that number there.
Down inside the 10.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Black shot. Set.
To throw, it's Lance. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50. The 30, 10. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. The best starting field position you could possibly have. 1st and goal from the 1. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb
from a yard out.
And the Colts have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical. It's almost human nature, isn't it? They score on one play, you come out on offense, you try and do exactly the same thing. They tried the deep ball, couldn't quite connect, but give them an A for effort.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Now a play fake. Lance.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the 49er hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you? And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here's a quick throw out wide by Lance, complete.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Lance.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Niners are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And now the football's going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line.
Lance now on 1st down.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Ready. Let's go.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lance.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12.
Jonathan Garibay on for the field goal. A 29-yard attempt.
Garibay's kick is good. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
They'll try the air now with Herbert.
That is caught. Michael Pittman with it.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah. Yeah.